Okay, so we're looking at the next case in this problem, which is the probability that z is greater than 2.58. So the probability that z is greater than 2.58. Well, again, we see the z and we think standard normal bell curve, so we draw a bell curve shape to help us. We're going to place a z number line underneath that, right? And always center it at 0 because we have the mean of the z curve being 0. All right, now 2.58 is to the right of 0, so I'm going to draw that here. Here's my 2.58, and I'll go ahead and draw a line on the curve representing where I think that would be. And then we're looking for the probability that z is greater than that number. Z is greater than. So greater than on the curve or on the number line is indicated by the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and shade the right-hand side of this little drawing. And once I have the drawing shaded, it's time to go look up the z-score on the z-chart. Let's keep in mind what's going to happen though. When I look up 2.58, I will get the area from here, this line, to the center. Now that's not exactly what I want, is it? In fact, that's the part I don't want of this half of the curve. But we have this area here then that we're looking for that we don't get from the table. So the question is, how are we going to take this value here that we get and use it to find the area here? Well, let's first go look up 2.58 because that's all we can do at the moment, get the probability for this area, and then we'll go ahead and figure out then what the remaining part of that half is. Okay, so let's go to the table and look up 2.58 and see what we get. Okay, so we're looking up 2.58 this time on the curve, and we can't see 2.5 in this leftmost column yet, so let's move the table up a little bit. Okay, so now we can see the 2.5 there at the bottom, and in order to get to 2.58, we got to go over to the next to last number in the table, so 2.58, and we get the value 0.4951. So again, 2.58, we get 0.4951. Okay, so from the table we saw that this area is 0.4951. And notice how a good habit is to put the area where it belongs, because sometimes people go all the way to the table and they think, okay, I have my number, that's my answer, and they write it as the answer to the problem. But remember, that's not the area we're looking for. We're looking for the area in the tail here, and we have the area here in the white space. So how we're going to figure this out is pretty simple. We're going to say, hey, look, this whole half of the curve from here over, right, all the way over, is 50% of the area, which as a decimal is 0.5000. That has to be true because the curve is symmetric and we're dealing with half of it, right? Now there's two parts to that curve. There's the white space here and the shaded part, right? So this half of the curve here, the white space and the shaded part together should add up to 50%. So logic is pretty simple. We're basically going to say, hey, look, if we take this amount and this amount add together to get 50, if I were to subtract this number from 50, I should be left over with what this amount is. So we have to do subtraction, essentially. So we're going to subtract off the value we got from the table, and then from there, we'll have the result for this tail, the shaded part. Okay, so a little old school borrowing here. So 10 take away 1 is 9, 9 take away 5 is 4, and then 0, 0. So the area for this little tail is 0.0049. So if you add 0.0049 to 0.4951, you will get the 50% that represents the whole half of the curve. That means the area for this problem, or the answer for this problem, the probability that z is greater than 2.58 is actually 0.0049, or in other words, 0.49%. All right, so if the drawing is hard for you to read, if you can't make sense of it and figure out what technique is going to be necessary to find the area you're looking for, try to memorize it. That's okay too, you know. When you see a drawing like this, if you're looking for the tail area and you're working with a table that has this drawing at the top of it, then you're going to have to say, well, to get the tail area, I'm simply going to take the table value I get when I look up 2.58 in this example and just subtract from 50% or 0.500. So anytime you're trying to find a tail area, whether it be on the left-hand side of the curve or the right-hand side of the curve, you're going to take your table value and subtract it from 0.5000 to get the desired area for the tail.